All these weird games are strange.
Hi.
Hi? Why why are you over here?
I was just wondering, since you're like, I don't know, a weird kind of god, I was wondering if you could tell me more about my crystal.
Okay. Let's go outside for this. Because a crystal like that, nature is weird with that one specifically. Because green usually revolves around life and all that.
Yeah.
So you'd be mostly healing. Not as much offensive. Has your father ever told you what it can do?
Nope, he just gave it to me randomly one
So,
day for a
so,
birthday
so
gift.
he was like, he just gave it to you and just like, figure it out yourself. Pretty much.
Yeah, I just thought it was a boring old necklace until it started
No,
glowing.
and yeah, it's not a boring old necklace, I can tell you that much. Because a necklace like that, especially the one for its size, and it's drives Cerbasi insane because of the amount of magical power it holds. Like he even said yesterday, it's annoying as hell.
Why is that? Why is...
Why is what? Why it drives him insane?
Yeah.
Because Cerbasi is a demon. Yeah. And, yeah. I'm a demon. You got a problem with that? Because if you do, then you can just fuck off. That's Cerbasi for you.
That's...
I'll go into detail on Cerbasi another time. But your crystal revolves around life and healing. So, like, if you had control over it, you'd be able to control plants.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's also used for medicinal. Like, you could, if you, not gravel specifically, but like bushes or anything, you could grow medicinal plants from the bush. I don't know where Panda is at, but his, like I said, his is protection defensive.
Hmm.
And there is a crystal for each color that exists. And yes, there is even a black one. The black one is necromancy and death. It's very, very unstable. I tried to
I
break it.
bet.
I tried to break it, but I had to hide it instead. Because if I broke a crystal, because that's a primal crystal, just like yours. It controls an aspect of the world. I don't know how your family found a primal crystal, because those are really, really difficult to find.
Yeah. My
So,
dad had said it'd been in our family for a couple of generations.
how many generations?
Like maybe 10.
10 generations worth of relatives who have that crystal. Is it passed down from father to child or mother to child, or does it really depend?
He was father to child.
Father to child. So it's always the male of the lead head of the family who always has it. Then
Yeah, but I was the only child, so they really had no choice.
seems like so. What is your last name?
Oh, it's Hunter.
It's what?
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
believe I came in contact with someone with that last name a while ago. Can't remember where it was. They're not here. They're in a different... Because the end, as you know, is multi-dimensional. So... You could be from, like, a different dimension for all I know. And the end is... Yeah. So what would you like to learn about your crystal first? Its origin or the power it holds?
I feel like before I even start to use it, I should learn more about it in general.
Well, the short version is primal crystals were made by me. But not only me as the first mage that helped make them. I put the power into them. That one specifically I made to be one of the more main ones. There's the main 6, or actually no, the main 7. Fire, water, air, earth, death, life, light, and dark. So that's like 8. Never mind. I miscounted. Life is, you know, the opposite of death, as you know. So, yeah. The death would be able to counter your power. So if someone has a death, the crystals would just nullify each other. So let's say you try to use a power and they try to use a power. You wouldn't be able to use it at all.
Huh.
So you probably just have to fight with main weapons or melee. Like this sword, the Omni Blade, this is filled to the brim with magical power. This was a gift for me. So I try not to use it much because of how powerful it is. It's not very fun to use on people. As I said before, not only does it more wound you, it also wounds your soul. So it can even kill immortals. Now, onto the powers of your crystal. It's able, not only is it able to control plants and heal others, but if you focus hard enough, you can draw some of the plants and make minions out of it. But as you know, plants are weak to fire and death. Those are your main weaknesses. So if you ever find a water or an earth person, that will strengthen. Speak of the devil. Yeah. Also, one question from me: why do you always never take your mask off?
I just don't feel comfortable taking it off anymore.
Ah.
I put it on so long ago.
Did the nether affect your looks? Or not to the nether, the ender?
A little bit.
So your skin is probably more pale.
A tad bit, yeah.
So that's probably why you don't take the armor off either. Now, first mage who upshape the crystals and make the aspect, because in the crystal there is runes. There is a rune. You just gotta look very, very closely because it hides it. It's supposed to hide the rune. All these are accessories that will when the time comes, unlock the powers and you'll be able to use them. Like, mine in the middle of my chest, it allows me to control aspects of magic around me. So if I wanted to, I could just unlock your crystal right now. I can also do the same thing your crystal can do. Control plants, make minions, blah blah blah.
Earlier you said they were sentient.
Yes, they are sentient, yes. When it glowed the first time, because the crystal didn't choose your the crystal, your family didn't choose it, it chose them. The crystals have to see if you're worthy to wield its power. That's why it hasn't unlocked for you yet. Probably because one reason is because you keep aiming a bow at people, but eh. For Panda, for example, the way he'd have to unlock his power is through not taking so much damage in guarding something. Like, let's say he was guarding you, and he kept getting hit. That's his crystal would just activate right then and there. Yours is a little bit more difficult because yours would have to you'd have to be close to death. Like on the edge type of close. Like your heart's about to stop.
Just entered the end. I was hunting my first few Endermen, and then all of a sudden...
The crystal glowed and drove the Enderman away?
Yeah.
Was there vines around you afterwards?
A little bit, yeah.
The crystal is protecting you. If needed, your crystal will take control. It can even take control of your body, if needed. The sign that your crystal is taking control of your body is your eyes will glow a hue. Like for yours, it glow a green. For Panda, it glow like a blue. Like a dark blue. Because usually blue signifies water. Let's say Lava got the fire crystal. His eyes would glow a really dark red. And the crystals, they have no hesitation. They will attack to defend. They defend their hosts and themselves. That's just how they were made. And don't ask how I made them sentient. It was a very painful process. I kind of had to go to the spirit world and ask for volunteers. So right now you have a human soul in the crystal. They're mage souls, though. They're very wise since they've been around for centuries. You can even create, let's say you're in a desert. For one of the powers, you can make that desert into a forest. You just gotta think about it. And it also causes you headaches. So I would not use your powers too much when making a desert into a forest. Because terraformation is costly. Have you ever gotten like a really deep cut and then it just started slow and then it healed the next day with no scar?
Sometimes, yeah. When I was a little kid, I would scrape my knees a lot.
That's because your crystal, not only can it heal others, it heals yourself, but it has a quicker healing. It's just more inert. So it's very subtle. It waits till you're not looking for you to... It waits till the user is not looking for it to heal. So when you're asleep, most likely. And actually, it probably healed your face when you exited the end. You probably just don't know it. So later, you should probably take your mask off and see. So.
Maybe someday I'll take it off.
Yeah. I want to go inside. It's pouring out.
Yeah.
Here. You
You,
first.
you go.
No, you
You
first.
you first.
Fine. You can also speak to plants, too. Ever heard voices when you're alone and you're just around trees?
Yeah, but I always thought those were just like auditory hallucinations.
No. Those were the plants trying to talk to you. Do you hear anything right now from the bush?
No.
No?
No.
Did you hear anything from the trees out there?
I mean, I heard a slight murmuring, but nothing.
Slight murmuring. That's normal for younger trees. If it was an older tree, it'd be louder. I believe there's older trees out there. There we go. So far, the only thing... Because the crystals are designed to evolve in power, depending on user. Like, all your... Like, all the power in there... All the power in there... It was very weak at first, but the more people used it, the stronger it got. You can even make your own technique. It's just very hard to do. You have to name it afterwards. Because after you make a technique and you name it, it'll be engraved in there and people can use it. I believe since chorus fruit, because you ate chorus fruit in the end, correct?
Yeah, that's all I ate.
You can most likely control the chorus fruit. Oh. You can most likely control the chorus fruit. And make chorus fruit for here. Any plant that you can come in contact with, you can make. The chorus fruit is one of them. But here's the thing, though. You got some plants you have to physically devour. Cactus is a common one, so you can use that easily. Chorus fruit you have to devour. I know there's... what else? Nether plants you have to devour. Because those aren't common in the overworld. Overworld is where you can use all the plants that are common. Other dimensions, like the Nether and End, you have to devour their plants to use. Because the crystal is part of you, it has to know the sensation, taste, and feel. And also texture. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any nether plants with me right now. But there is a nether portal you can go through and get nether plants from. Like netherwort trees, you can get those. And let me tell you this, nether plants do not taste good. They taste like jalapenos. This was when I was in my younger years. I was an idiot. And then I ate nether plants. Because I accidentally teleported to the nether. It wasn't fun. I was there for a week. But that's where I did learn the power of fire. Also, with your mask, is that purple scar supposed to be there?
Oh no, that was just a crack from an Enderman.
Ah. So it might be infused with ender energy. If you can make ender plants... Because with necromancy, you can bring back the dead. With this, if you focus hard enough, you can probably create mobs. You just need the materials to do so. Like,
Like ender pearls for enderman or
you need the materials to
leather.
do so. For the gas, it'd be a gas tier and it in its colors. Like creeper, for example, you take like green wool, pieces of wool, and then TNT and gunpowder. And you can make a creeper. You can pretty much craft mobs. But you gotta be careful though, because they'll turn on you. They do turn on you as soon as they come alive. Trying to think. I'm trying to read the crystal because it's trying to tell me all of its techniques, and it's very hard to do. Because Sir Bessie won't shut up.
Not my fault, it's annoying as hell.
Do I look like I give a shit?
No, but you should.
Sometimes I fucking hate this demon.
Sometimes I hate you too, but I deal with you.
Sure. Yeah, that's all I know about the crystal, because after it was made, like a year later, I went into stasis and then woke up and I lost track of them all. So I have no idea who has what. The only ones I know of so far are the blue, are the water, life, and I can't remember who. I believe the purple crystal Lazuli has is darkness, I think. I think it's darkness, I'm not sure. Yeah, those are the ones I know of where they're at. The others, I have no idea where they're at, except for necromancy. Necromancy hasn't been found, and I'll make sure it's never found. The crystal will corrupt its user. It can even corrupt other crystals. I don't want that to happen, and eventually I will destroy it. And then I'll divide its power and put it in the other crystals. And its power will be so small that it can't corrupt. But I just need to know how. It's not very fun. I've been trying to do that while I'm here. But so far I figured out the only way to destroy a crystal is to use all the others.
So maybe you should focus on getting all of them back.
Because if I use them, I will maximize their output by like 100%. Like, I can just I can take all the life from this area. If I got death, I could terraform it back to a desert. Or I can, like, let's say I get the fire, I can make a giant volcano. The normal user of the fire crystal wouldn't be able to do that. Because it would either kill them, or it would drain them so much they'd sleep for like a year. But it would also take part of their soul in the process. It's very, very costly if you use powers like that. Terraforming like a whole continent would kill you. Making an ocean would kill the person who would kill Panda. He's not allowed to do that, and I will make sure he never does. That is all I know about the crystals so far. I'm gonna have to find books. Because I have a few. Because I have a book about them, I have to get it from my library, which is not here. Yeah. I'm gonna go take a nap. Stay here if you want to, or go do whatever. I don't really care.
Okay.
But later I'll try and find Panda. See ya.
See ya.